If I was to start my very own software brand from scratch, starting today, here's exactly what I would do. If I was starting from scratch today, I would not be looking to work with a very specific industry. One of the best things that you can do whenever you're starting your very own business, and especially whenever you're starting out with your own software business or software brand, is start looking at the people around you. Start looking at the local businesses. There is an absolute goldmine of opportunity around you in your local town or in your local city that most people are simply not taking advantage of. The reason why most people don't think about working with these businesses is because it really comes down to nerves, because people don't want to really go out there in their local area, have good conversations, have good chats with business owners. But this right here is exactly where the easiest money is actually sitting whenever you start your very own business. So let's jump straight over to the computer. And as you can see, I have went over to Google Maps and I've searched for hotels in Belfast. Now you can choose any industry in any location, but I do recommend starting out in your local town, start out in your local area. So just go hotels near me, restaurants near me, gyms near me. You can find so many different types of businesses. Now, the reason why I've chosen hotels in Belfast here as an example is because there are so many different hotels in Belfast. Now, what I'm actually going to show in today's video is really interesting, but you can actually go for maybe a different industry. Now, let's go for a different industry right here. Let's go for gyms in Belfast. Now, the reason why I want to actually highlight gyms today is because I'm going to show you something really special. But now, what we would do is we would look for these different industries inside of our own location and look, just go on the left-hand side and scroll down and look for the businesses that don't really have a website. Maybe some of these businesses do have websites, but they look like they were built in the early 2000s, for example. It just looks super outdated. So right now I am inside of my own HighLevel account. Now, if you've never seen HighLevel before, I have so many different videos on my channel. I've won so many awards with HighLevel over the last few years. They're a multi-billion-dollar software company based over in the United States, and I've been on stage over there multiple times accepting these awards for what I've actually been able to build over the last few years. So this tool right here pretty much does everything. It does all of the heavy lifting whenever you're running your own software brand. It does everything. It does all of the fulfillment. I'm going to focus on a really interesting feature today called AI Studio here on the left-hand side. So if we click into AI Studio, it gives us this little space right here where we can type out anything. We can ask it for anything. I've already went ahead and I've literally typed out, build me a website for a local hotel, allow the guests to be able to book a night to stay, and also allow the guests to leave a review at their business. So I'm just going to click on this little purple button right here. Now, what this software right here is actually going to do in the back end is going to take exactly what I just said, and it's going to start building out this fully working, fully functional website in like 5 minutes. Just take a look at this. As you can see, it's asked us this question right here, what color palette fits the hotel's vibe? So we're just going to go for this little green one right here. Go next. What font we want to use. Let's go for this one. What sort of layout structure we want to use. Let's go for this one right here. So now it's asked us this question and it's literally trying to figure everything out itself. So it's going to work out the layout. It's going to pretty much put everything together inside of this website. So we're just going to leave this now for around 30 to maybe 60 seconds. All right, there we go. It is now complete. As you can see, it is literally built absolutely everything out for this hotel right here. And I've actually told it, it asked what name we want to put on the hotel, and I just told it the Donegal Luxury Resort. Donegal is actually the place where I am originally from inside of Ireland. So what we can do is we can just take a look and we can scroll down. As you can see, it is literally so perfect. It has the prices for the rooms, you know, the different types of rooms and everything. Now, if you were actually doing this for a client, the prices and the cost per room will, of course, really depend on, you know, if it's going to be a weekend or if it's going to be during the week. But this is a really solid place to start. It looks just like a really fabulous, like really professional, just a nice, really modern website. And as you can see, we can choose our check-in dates, our check-out dates, the room we want to stay in, the cost per night, how many guests are going to be staying. We put our full name, our email, our phone number. We can then go ahead and request the reservation. Then it's actually added on a complete review section, which I asked it to. So it has the different reviews on here for the business, but we can also go ahead and leave a review as well. So we could do so many different things with these reviews right here. And I'm actually going to show you that in just a little second. But as you can see, it's put together this pretty amazing website right here. Now, this of course isn't done. You would show this to your potential client. You would go click on publish, and as you can see, it's given us this little link right here. We can literally just hit publish and send this out to potential clients. So if you were building out a website right now for a potential client, instead of going out there and connecting this up and putting it live on the internet, we can actually send them this preview link so they can get a look around, see if it's a style we want to put on there, and you can keep customizing this. You can, of course, put the business's logo on here. You can add an About Us section, Meet the Team section. There are so many different things that you can actually do inside of this website. Now, the next feature that I'm going to talk about and show is a little feature called reputation management. Now, this is one of those features that I've actually become quite well known for because we do sell this to a lot of clients. We've taught this to so many amazing people that I actually work with one-on-one. If you've never heard of reputation management before, it's a really simple feature that you can get up and running for your clients. It literally takes around 15 to 20 minutes. But essentially what we're able to do is we're able to work with these clients, help them bring in a bunch more positive reviews from their customers. It's not any AI or bot or fake reviews. We pretty much have a system where it connects up to all of their booking systems. It connects up to their payment processors. We can automatically ask your clients' customers to go ahead and leave them a review. So I'm just going to show that right now. Now, this right here is the exact template that I actually import for every single one of my clients. So every single time we sign up a client for this reputation management feature, we go in, we import this, we configure it, we go in here, we change out the logo, we change out the business name, we hook up all the automations and everything. Literally from start to finish, you would have this completely set up in about 20 minutes. But what actually happens here is if you go ahead and click either 4 or 5 stars, there's a pop-up right here. And we have Google on here, we have TripAdvisor on here. Now, this depends on the types of clients that you're working with. Some of our clients, they like to have Booking.com on here, Hotel Trivago on here. It really just depends on the different review sites that your actual clients like to be on and focus on. But what actually happens next, and I do want to say that this feature right here is completely optional. Some of our clients like to keep this on, some of our clients like to keep this off. It's completely up to your client. If we click either 1, 2, or 3 stars right here, it actually takes us to this internal feedback form right here where your client's customer can pretty much, get their negative review off their chest. They can go ahead and say whatever they need to say. Like if it was for a hotel, the rooms weren't that clean, or the receptionist was in a bit of a mood whenever I was checking in. You know how it is when it comes to reviews. People are never happy. People are never, you can never really fully appeal to everyone. Businesses get negative reviews all the time. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what type of business you run. Pretty much every single one of these physical businesses out there, they do get negative reviews. Now, you're probably sitting here right now and you're asking, Jason, what is the point of actually helping these businesses out with their reviews? Now, what's actually important about these reviews right here, I'm just back over on Google Maps and I've searched for hotels in Belfast. What you will notice, the hotels at the very top are all hotels that have thousands and thousands of reviews. So this one right here has 2,400, this has 1,700, 1,900, 5,000 reviews, almost 3,000 reviews, 1,000 reviews. If we keep scrolling and we keep going and we keep going down, we are going to start finding these hotels right here that maybe just have a few hundred reviews. Maybe a brand new hotel might have like 50 reviews or something. It's going to take Google a little bit of time for the actual hotel or whatever business it is to actually start ranking on Google. Now, reviews isn't the only thing that Google actually looks for, which businesses are actually ranking at the top and which ones are at the bottom. There's so many different ways. There's so many different things that they take into consideration, but reviews are a massive part of that. This right here is exactly why it's such an easy thing to sell to businesses. Now, we normally combine these websites and the reputation management for usually in around the 1,000 to 2,000 euros to actually set up, so that as a setup fee. Also anywhere from 300 to 500 euros or pounds in monthly recurring revenue. So you do have that setup fee, and then you can go out there and sell it for that monthly recurring package. Now, it of course does depend on the type of business you're working with. It depends on the different features that you want to do, because what I've covered in today's video is like 5% of what you can actually do and offer to a client. But if I was literally covering all of that, this video would be literally probably about 2 days long. I'm not even joking. There's so many different things that you can actually do and build out for clients. I normally always recommend, if you're starting something like this, start with a small handful of features. Don't try and sell everything. If you're starting this today, right now, start selling websites, combine that with reputation management and maybe a booking system. Don't try and sell 50 different features, because a confused buyer never buys. If you went out there today and was reaching out to these businesses and you were talking about all of these different features, half of them are just going to be confused after the 5th feature because they don't even know what you're talking about anymore. And these people, because they're so confused, they will never buy. They will never be one of your clients. Now, what most people don't actually realize about businesses like these is the profit margins are ridiculously high. Now, your average business out there, profit margins are in around 40 to 50, sometimes even 60%. When you're running your own software brand, because it's not a physical product, your profit margins are always in around 90 to 95%, give or take a few different factors. If you had your business off the ground right now and then you decided to hire a team member, hire a staff member, hire someone maybe to help you out with sales, or maybe the fulfillment, helping you build everything out. Of course, then you have your hard costs. You're going to pay this person and your profit margins are going to come down slightly. But when you're growing and you're scaling, you're going to want to hire people because you're going to be taking on so many clients that you're not actually even physically going to have time to set everything up, but you're going to make sure that it's well worth your time and you're going to get paid. Let's forget about the setup fees, your 1,000 euros, your 2,000 euros, even 500 euros. Let's just go on the monthly recurring revenue alone right here. Let's just go for 500 euros per month. Now, this is not unachievable by any stretch of the imagination. Just take a look right here at Max and Keenan, who were our £100,000 success story through the software founder, and it literally only took them 10 months to achieve this. Now, you're probably thinking, Jason, like, these guys probably had some crazy business experience. They probably ran businesses before. Literally, that's not the case at all. Before running their own software brand, Max was in the army, Keenan was selling bikes. They didn't have any business experience, and they were literally our £100,000 success story in 10 months. That's not revenue. That's not inflated numbers or anything. That's actual profit inside of their business. Money that they were actually able to generate and keep for themselves. Or take a look at Sam right here, an 18-year-old from the UK. Literally just a few months ago, Sam was working in B&Q making £1,700 per month. And literally just last month, he was our 42k success story. Now, the reason why Sam wanted to start his business is because he wanted to be able to spend more time with his family and his girlfriend and look after the people around him that matter the most. A lot of people think if you want to start a business, then you probably want to go after the flashy things, the Lamborghinis, the watches and everything. That's not the case for the vast majority of people. Most people want to start a business to really just get their time back, their location freedom back, to be able to just breathe a little bit and relax. So if you are interested in potentially joining the software founder and working one-to-one directly with me and my entire team behind you, I have put together an 11-minute video down below. It's the first link down below in the description. Pop your email in there, check it out. And if you have any questions at all, you can shoot it across to me over on Instagram or even just drop it down below. So let's head back over to the calculator right now and let's just go for the 500 euros per month. If you were to go out there and sign on 10 of these clients, have 10 of these clients paying you every single month, and listen, I don't care if it takes you a month to sign on 10 clients. I don't care if it takes 6 months, even a year. That is 5,000 euros or pounds in monthly recurring revenue. That's not clients paying you one time. That is monthly recurring revenue. Let's now multiply this out by the 12 months of the year. That is 60,000 euros per month. That's only 10 clients paying you 500 euros per month. I hope this now makes sense in terms of how the business model actually makes sense. How you can go out there and make it happen. How you can go out there and have a business that you're growing the right way. Grow it slowly, but grow it surely. And make sure that you're actually growing it the right way. Now, in terms of actually reaching out and getting these clients signed up and on board to your software brand, I do have some other videos on my channel, but if you do have any questions on that, leave it down below or shoot it across to me over on Instagram. So if you are interested in potentially working one-on-one with me directly and my entire team behind you, where we can plug and play absolutely all of this, get access to all the tech, get access to all the software, all the training materials, exactly what so many of the amazing software founders right here, which I'm going to flash on the screen, have went through, then literally just click on that first link down below in the description. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. My name is Jason McElchar, and I'll see you in the next one.